In case of LCEVC, royalties are charged on content, specifically a capped low per user fee on the streaming service actually using the codec. This approach is useful from a tactical perspective. A company that wants to deploy LCEVC becomes independent, since playback can be enabled in software on many platforms. The licensor can simply distribute a player to its target endpoints. Is this solution the one we shall be expecting, or at least paying more attention to in the near future?
I think that Vnova was very smart in this approach because they allowed publishers who wanted to use their technology to control their own destiny. So the typical way codecs are rolled out is you have to wait for device support. So you'd have to wait for support on the Apple platform. You'd have to wait for support in computer browsers. You'd have to wait for support in smart TVs. Now, LCEVC is a software-only codec that you can add to most of these platforms. But if Vnova licensees had to wait until all the companies who control this actually supported LCEVC, it would never get off the ground. So they decided, we're not going to charge the encoder vendors. We're not going to charge the player vendors. We're going to charge the content publishers. We're going to give them everything they need to deploy the codec, and and that's how we're going to operate. Now, HEVC is playable everywhere at this point, so you really don't have that structure. I think VDC is headed in the same direction. You'll see, most devices are going to support it. You would think most browsers will support it after Chrome decided to support HEVC. So LCEVC is, they adopted a very unusual tactic because they had a very kind of discrete problem that they didn't share with HEVC or AV1 or VP9 or H.264. But whether that will become the standard going forward is something we don't know at this point.